In Austin, I'm Darenisha Heron. Over the weekend, hundreds of people came out to the state capitol to protest against President Donald Trump and Governor Greg Abbott. People there say they're protesting the president's demand for Texas lawmakers to redraw the congressional map. Congressman Lloyd Doggett and Greg Casar spoke at the rally. The proposed new maps combine their districts here in Austin.
We gather today to fight the Trump takeover, to say, hell no, we're not going to let you in next year by your fixing the election with crooked maps this year. Forcefully calling out Trump's tyranny every time, every day, every time he does something is the start, but it's not the end.
The protest was part of a nationwide series called Fight the Trump Takeover National Day of Action. Texas lawmakers are expected to be back at the Capitol today for a second special legislative session. The first session ended at 10 a.m. on Friday, and Governor Greg Abbott immediately called lawmakers back to the Capitol just 2 hours later.
In accordance with the proclamation of the Honorable Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas, I call the House of Representatives of the 89th Legislature second called session to order.
More than 50 Democrats left Texas on August 3rd to break quorum and block votes on the effort to redraw congressional boundaries in Texas. Redistricting is still on this second special session call, and it is expected to pass this time around. The special session has all 18 agenda items from the first session plus one more. Those include regulating THC products, cutting property taxes, and eliminating the STAR test. The bills must go through the entire legislative process again. In the Senate, several bills have already made it through committee and are headed to the floor. State Rep Daniel Alder says it's crucial lawmakers can pass all items.
If our Democrat colleagues are going to walk out and prevent us from doing the work of the people of Texas, then we're going to end this first special and we're going to go right back into a second special and make sure that the Texans are prioritized and we have an opportunity to vote on important legislation for the people of Texas.
While special sessions can be up to 30 days long, they don't have to be. House Speaker Dustin Burrows says he is hoping to adjourn sine die before Labor Day. A North Austin woman says a scam call turned terrifying, ending with APD's SWAT team at her sibling's front door. She shared her story with Jessica Cha in hopes of preventing the same thing from happening to you.
Hello?
Wait. Bailey Rumsey and her sister Whitney are close.
Okay, love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. My sister and I are best friends, so call each other multiple times a day. And Thursday was no different. I literally just got off a work meeting and my sister calls me. She says she'd do anything for Whitney. I was literally just about to call her anyways. So I answered like, hello. And there was just that man saying that he has her and like her crying. Rumsey says she was confused. It was weird because he was like, if you don't get her help, I'm going to shoot her. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Rumsey hung up and immediately dialed 911.
In the span of 9 minutes, Rumsey says the APD SWAT team was at her sister's door, pounding on it.
She opened the door and I guess like 7 of them had their guns drawn back. Austin police report that once they arrived at the residence, they determined that this was a swatting call. It was just very scary. I thought like the worst was going to happen, and I was so thankful to hear her voice. APD says calls like these could use threats to elicit a large response from police, or it could be a sign of a scam. Scammers could use a threat to corner someone, trying to force them to make a quick decision to send money. They say calls like these have been happening for a long time, but they're getting more detailed and complex. Rumsey says it felt real because her sister's name and number popped up. If you have a close-knit family, like it's not something to mess with. And I also think it takes advantage of their money, just their vulnerability. APD says to avoid falling prey to these kinds of scams, they recommend protecting your personal information and how you share it on social media. If someone is urgently trying to contact you, it could be a sign that they're not legit. If you're unsure, tell the person you'll call them back, and if they try to keep you on the line, it's probably a scam. And always report threats to 911. In Austin, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
The Texas Education Agency unveiled its grades for thousands of school districts. The head of TEA says there was a vast improvement statewide, but some districts are still making plans to turn around their underperforming schools. Kelsey Sanchez breaks down the ratings and explains how Austin ISD is responding.
After a lengthy legal battle, the ratings are out. Parents can now see how their kid's school is doing through a grading system by the Texas Education Agency, or TEA.
We do this because it is good for our children. That is why we do this.
Mike Morath is the commissioner of the TEA. Before the results were released Friday, he explained the importance of showing the community where campuses stand so improvements can be made. Here in Austin, AISD has been in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. With a turnaround plan for 3 failing middle schools and a consolidation plan underway, Superintendent Matias Segura was grateful to see their overall grade trending slightly upward.
There's obviously a lot of work to do with the number of D's and F's that we have. But when you look at the trend, it's trending in the right direction.
Austin ISD received a 75 out of 100 score for the 2024-2025 school year, which according to TEA is acceptable progress. In 2023 to 2024, the district received a 73. And in the 2022 to 2023 school year, they got a 74.
They have another 10 or 15 academically unacceptable campuses for 2 years and another, I don't know, half dozen or dozen that failed this year for the first time. That is a very significant problem.
However, when it comes to the middle schools in the middle of that turnaround plan, Dobie, Webb, and Burnett each went from a 47 score to a 54 or 59.
There's a lot of growth to do. I mean, obviously, we want to move into D and then ultimately to C. We want to break the accountability chain, and I'm confident that we will. D's not the goal. We're going to go past that.
Morath pointed to 5 key ingredients to making a school successful. Those include leadership, instruction, culture, talent, and curriculum, some of which he says AISD has been lacking in.
And it's not due to lack of effort. I don't want anybody, we don't have people that are just like phoning it in, but you have to do the right work.
On Friday, Segura responded to this comment.
There is a lot of work to do. We recognize that not all of our students are on grade level and that, we have to do the hard work of tackling it.
If you want to see where your child's school landed on the grading scale, we'll have an interactive map you can explore on our website, KVUE.com. In studio, I'm Kelsey Sanchez, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines here in Austin. I'm Darenisha Heron.